a lot of changes with the concept of marriage. The idea of partnership is now at the forefront of marriage values. Wives are becoming more financially independent. Whereas they're supporting the husband financially. Husbands are becoming more liberal to new concept of partnership in marriage. Now, our first question is, how has this influenced the 21st century marriage? Is it negatively or positively? And what's your own idea of a 21st century marriage? Has it been for good or for bad?
I think marriages these days don't work because commitment is no longer, mostly on the part of the women. I stand to be corrected, but that's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. Because just like the person who called in before me, he was like, okay, the awareness and all that from the part of the women. Beautiful, but there is a boundary, to your right.
Okay.
To a woman's right when it comes to marriages.
Okay.
That's the way I see it, and I believe.
What are those boundaries? You want to share the boundary?
Or the things you think
you think are the boundaries?
Okay, for instance,
whether the woman cannot express her right in a marriage.
No, not that the woman can't express her right, but this is it.
Okay.
Men are egoistic. It's a natural thing. Even in the animal kingdom, it's like that. Why not make your rights known, and then when the man is trying to say, okay, this and this is what I want, that moment accept. That moment accept. And then going forward, your partner. Over time, you can talk this thing out, playfully or in a way, individuals with, their special ways of approach or way they receive information and process.
Right.
It looks as if men do not understand the language of God.
Okay.
Woman was made to feel the pain alone. Not to carry the burden of feeding herself and feeding the children and then, bearing the pain again. Now God said that women are weaker vessels. Any man that did not treat woman in that manner the way God asked it to be, their prayer is not acceptable before the throne of grace.
All right.
That's why many men are suffering. And not only that, they don't treat their wives as queens. And even Sarah, when he has not gotten children, he has 2 maids to aid her in domestic work. But this ones, they don't even want to take a maid. And should there be maid, they will pregnant the maid. So God those things now, these are the things.
All right.
If 21st century marriage wants to change, I think bride price should change to groom price or should be exchanged, because if you call it a partnership. My wife always claimed the home belongs to both of us, and I told her we should start sharing the home bill, electricity bill, service charge, and all other things concerning money, and she withdrew. Wow. Okay.
In the community now, I think is of more effect in our community, because when I grew up with my grandparents, it's not as the way I'm seeing with my uncle and the children. You understand? When we were little, our grandparents do tell, because they are together, and all those laws are there. Our grandmother will go to the farm, come back and prepare food for our grandfather and all the rest of them. But our mother now, my uncle wife, when he comes back, he will say, if the children are hungry, they should go and make food. And I think the law then was better than now.
Okay.
As you say that is it used to be the way it used to be before? The question is no, because marriage of olden days is different from now. You know why? Because a lot of people attitude changes every day by day due to the situation that goes around in the world. Number one, bad association. As the Bible says, is for useful habits. Both in men and women.
Right.
And this really affects marriages a lot. And at the same time, people do no longer obey God's command. People tend to live on their own without regardless of God's laws. Because God has put a law in between to guide marriages. But because we neglect God's law.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
God's law does not make a woman to be foolish.
Okay.
When he says that a wife should be submissive to the husband.
Okay.
And he does not say the man should exercise a lordship over a wife.
Mm-hmm.
It's an understandable matter.
Yeah.
But this thing is no longer there anymore. Because this one will be feeling intimidated. The man want to override me. This one, everything has a time and season.
Yeah.